Welcome to Week 16 of the 2023 Madden NFL season. Here are the current division standings heading into Week 16. Here is the current playoff picture for the NFC and the AFC. Alright, so kicking off Week 16, a Thursday night matchup, we got the New Orleans Saints taking on the LA Rams. And right off the bat, if the Rams do lose this game, then they are eliminated from playoff contention. The Rams keep their season alive right now. They win 35-30. Now, I will say both of these teams are gonna be 6-9 now. However, with the Rams winning now both of these teams are gonna have to hope that a few teams ahead of them loses. Otherwise, both teams can be eliminated from playoff contention. So we'll see what happens. On to our Saturday doubleheader now. As first up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers did try to rally. They were down 31-10. They made a comeback, but they just came up short. Bengals win 34-31 over the Steelers. So the Bengals, they get a much-needed win, and they'll keep their season alive. As of now, they'll improve to 7-8. And as for the Steelers, they've now lost back-to-back games, as now they will drop to 7-8. And in our other Saturday doubleheader, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the LA Chargers. And the Chargers get the upset win. They win 21-14 over the Bills. So the Chargers, they get a much-needed win. They'll improve to 6-9. And as for the Bills, they've now lost back-to-back games. They got to make adjustments big time, as now they will drop to 8-7. On to the 1 o'clock games now, as you'll see the Indianapolis Colts, who will welcome back Jonathan Taylor, taking on the Atlanta Falcons, who will have Taylor Heinicke as their starting quarterback. The Colts get the upset win. They win 20-13. So the Falcons, they've now lost back-to-back games. They'll now drop to 9-6. And as for the Colts, they've now won back-to-back games since their last loss, or they've now won 3 in a row. I forgot they beat the Bengals in the Madden season, but the Colts are now going to improve to 8-7. Up next, we got a couple of first-place teams going at it, as you'll see the Green Bay Packers taking on the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers get the job done. They win 37-31. So for the Packers, it's been a struggle for the past couple of weeks. They got to make adjustments. They'll now drop to 11-4. And as for the Panthers, they're now the third team to hit double-digit wins now, as now they'll improve to 10-5. Up next, we got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Houston Texans, who will be without C.J. Stroud for the second consecutive week. The Texans get the win. They win 34-20. The Browns, they did everything they could, but the Texans was just a better team. The Browns will now drop to 4-11, and the Texans has now won 3 straight. Right place, right time for them. They'll now improve to 7-8. Up next, we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings, and if the Vikings lose this game, then they will be eliminated from playoff contention. The Lions survive on the road in Minnesota. They win 28-27. So for the Lions, they will improve to 9-6 now. And as for the Vikings, they did everything they could, but it just wasn't enough, as now they will drop to 5-10. And the Minnesota Vikings have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. Next up, we have the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets. And if the Commanders lose, then they will be eliminated from playoff contention. The Commanders are not going away that easy. They get another win. They win 29-24. So the Commanders, they're going to keep their season alive as of right now. They'll improve to 6-9. And as for the Jets, they will drop to 5-10. And I didn't realize this, but it is official. The Jets are eliminated from playoff contention. So this was an elimination game, and apparently it was the Jets that gets eliminated in this game. So in our final Sunday 1 o'clock game, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tennessee Titans, who will have Ryan Tannehill as their starting quarterback. And if the Titans lose, then the Titans will be eliminated from playoff contention. The Titans stay alive in the playoff race as well. They win 47-10 over the Seahawks. Big win for the Titans. They will improve to 6-9 now. And as for the Seahawks, they're going to have to watch this Cardinals game, because the Cardinals win will eliminate the Seahawks, as now the Seahawks will drop to 6-9. On to the 4 o'clock games now, as we got a battle of Florida coming up, as you'll see the Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Tampa Bay Bucks. Well, the Bucks hung in there for a little while, but the Jaguars ran away with it at the end. They win 35-22, so the Bucks are going to drop to 2-13 now. And as for the Jags, they get another win, as they will now improve to 9-6, and they get one step closer of perhaps a playoff berth. Up next, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this one's important because if the Cardinals wins, this eliminates a whole bunch of teams, including the Chicago Bears. So we'll see what happens here. The Cardinals get a dominating win. They win 36-14, or 39-14. So the Cardinals will improve to 9-6. And as for the Bears, well, it just wasn't their day. It just wasn't their season, as now they will drop to 6-9, and they have been eliminated from playoff contention. And not only does this eliminate the Bears, but this Cardinals win also eliminates the Commanders, the Saints, the Seahawks, and the Rams. So if you're a fan of any of those teams, hate to break it, but your team has been eliminated. In our final 4 o'clock game, we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Miami Dolphins, who will have Tyreek Hill back. My clip didn't say it, but the Cowboys did win 35-21 over the Dolphins. So the Cowboys will improve to 9-6. And the Dolphins, they've now lost 3 in a row, so they got to make some adjustments if they want to have a shot at the playoffs or want to go on a deep playoff run, as now the Dolphins are going to drop to 9-6. And for our Sunday night matchup, we have the New England Patriots taking on the Denver Broncos. Oh, and by the way, the winner of this game will jump into that last wild card spot in the AFC. What a game this was, but it's the Patriots that will get that last wild card spot. They win 33-31. They kick a last-second field goal to win, so the Patriots will improve to 8-7. And as for the Broncos, they've now lost back-to-back games after being on a 5-game winning streak, as now the Broncos will also drop to 8-7. Now we're on to the 3 Christmas games. As first up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, and if the Raiders lose this game, then they will be eliminated from playoff contention. The Raiders gave it all they had, but the Chiefs get the win 41-34. This was a great game. So for the Raiders, they will drop to 5-10, and they've been eliminated from playoff contention. As for the Chiefs, they just continue to dominate. Who is going to stop this team? They now improve to 14-1. Our second Christmas game will feature the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, I don't know what's the price here. The fact that the Eagles lost to the Giants without Daniel Jones, the fact that the Eagles turned the ball over 5 times in this game, or the fact that the Giants blew out the Eagles. Anyway, but either way, Eagles, that was a bad one. I don't know what that was. So now they're going to fall to 9-6. And the Giants, they get a huge win. A great win for the Giants. They will improve to 8-7. And in our final Christmas game, our Monday night matchup, we got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and the Ravens can wrap up the AFC North with a win today. The Niners get the win 23-13, so for the Ravens, I don't know what's going on with them, but now they are on a 3-game losing streak. They will now drop to 9-6. And as for the 49ers, 7 in a row. Since that bye week, they have not lost so far. So the Niners will now improve to 10-5. And that does it for Week 16. Congratulations to every team that won. Here's the updated AFC playoff picture of only 2 weeks to go. Surprise, surprise, this late of the season, only one team has clinched a playoff berth, and that is the Chiefs. Everyone else is still looking to clinch a playoff berth, as well as a division title. A lot of eliminations today, so if you don't see your team on here, it means either they're in the NFC or they're eliminated from playoff contention. Just a few changes. Jags and Dolphins swap places. Colts moved up, Bills moved down, and Patriots jumped in because they beat the Broncos. Same with the NFC. Only one team has clinched. Everyone else is still looking to get a division title or clinch a playoff berth. And that is because most of the records are close. A lot of eliminations in the NFC, which is why you only see 2 teams that are still in the hunt, and that is the Cowboys and the Giants. Right quickly, here's a look at the division standings after Week 16. You can pause and take a look at these if you like. And next week's matchups, a lot of teams have a shot to clinch playoff berths, clinch division titles, and a few teams could be eliminated as well. So get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen. These last 2 weeks are going to be insane. And that's going to do it. I'm Robert Magic, and I'll see you all for Week 17 of the 2023 Madden NFL season. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.